Brooklyn Peltz Beckham has confirmed something on social media that's been speculated about for years, and that is that he and his family are feuding. In a 6-page social media statement, he talked about the fact that he and his family are not getting along, and that the crux of the matter appears to be his marriage to his wife, actress and model Nicola Peltz Beckham, whom he claims his family has never liked. Now, according to Brooklyn, he says that his parents have controlled his life his entire life, and he believes that they're trying to also control the narrative about his marriage. He's accused his mother, Victoria Beckham, of dancing inappropriately with him at his wedding, and also says that his parents are very performative about what they show on social media as they're trying to pretend like all is well. But according to his statement, all is not well, and the young man also says that he has no desire to reconcile with his family.
comments that have been made online allude to the fact that there's some sort of trademark agreement in place, whether or not that was intended to be an assignment of the commercial rights in the Brooklyn Beckham name, or whether or not there's some form of licensing deal or restrictions in place. So it's very difficult to surmise exactly what that looks like without having seen the documents. But one would assume that the purpose of doing that was to preserve the rights that Victoria and the Beckham family have within the name itself. I mean, it's not entirely clear whether or not there was an intention by the house of the Beckham brands to use the Brooklyn Beckham name as a proactive commercial use. It may well have been a more defensive mechanism. So it's registered in Victoria's name as parent and guardian of Brooklyn Beckham. I anticipate to avoid future issues in regard to control and use of that brand and that name. Clearly, there's been a breakdown somewhere along the way, which couldn't have been predicted at the time. And reading between the lines, although clearly I don't know for sure, the comments by Brooklyn would suggest that there has been some form of discussion around continued use of the brand into the future. Describing the fact that it's the Beckhams and Beyonce that have chosen down this path illustrates how rare this is. I think it'd be very unusual for a family to develop a stable of brands based on their names. But I think in this particular case, you're talking about two very famous individuals throughout the 90s and noughties in particular, who came together to create this essentially a powerhouse brand, which is obviously been protected by the use of trademarks, and they've been very savvy and astute with their use of trademarks. And I think the registration of Brooklyn's name is merely an extension of that. The key element of Brooklyn's name is obviously the Beckham part of it, which clearly would potentially conflict with the existing Beckham registrations. So it may well lead to a negotiated settlement in terms of what that looks like, in terms of whether or not a trademark could actually be registered in Brooklyn's name separately from the family operations, or the extent to which he would be able to use that, because there may well be restrictions in terms of his use that wouldn't contradict or conflict with the existing use in the areas in which the brand Beckham is used, such as fashion or cologne and things like that.
大家好，我是主播周玉琴。很多的朋友告诉我们，选择原版的太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌，它添加有羽衣甘蓝，健康再加分。而有睡眠困扰的朋友们，赶快选择蓝色包装这一款晚安加强版，绝对是更有感。每日克菲尔，时刻美好 ，Good Feel Good， 请上快点购为健康下单，而且要记得输入推荐代码，有额外的折扣优惠。太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌基础版、晚安加强版，新包装改版，内容不变，抽取更方便。要吃就吃最好的。